All right, good morning and welcome back to our COVID-style partner interviews. We're so excited today to be joined by Executive Director of the Bach Choir of Bethlehem, Bridget George. So thanks so much, Bridget, for joining us this morning.
Oh, thank you, Bree. It's a delight to be here with you.
Yeah, and I know you're in your 24th season there at the Bach Choir. And for those that don't know much about the Bach Choir, I know that you'll be able to tell them a little bit, but I'll just start out by saying this is the oldest American Bach choir, and you have programming, concerts, and events. You typically, in a typical year, have about 40 of those, and you welcome about 22,000 visitors from all over, not just the U.S., but internationally. So I'd like to turn it over to you just for a few minutes to maybe give some insight as to what the Bach Choir is and maybe some of the programming that you have each year.
Sure. Well, the Bach Choir was founded in 1898, so it's been an amazing journey, and the relationship between Bach's music, which scholars actually have shown was heard for the first time in America in Bethlehem. So the relationship between this community and the music of Bach is very deep and wide.
Sure.
But it's also changed enormously our programming, particularly during the tenure of our artistic director and conductor, Greg Fumfgeld, who is in his 38th season. And he has really transformed the choir over this time, from just being the annual Bethlehem Bach Festival, an amazing event over 2 weekends in May, which draws people from all over the US and beyond, to transformed it from that to a year-round season, which has these 40 different concerts and educational programs, as you said, for an audience of more than 22,000. And these include a real breakthrough in terms of the diversity of our audience and community, the kind of community education and engagement that Greg Fumfgeld is so brilliant at. So it includes 10 times a year, we have our Bach-free Bach at Noon concerts, both at Central Moravian Church in Bethlehem and at St. John's Lutheran Church in Allentown. And they are packed. I mean, we have between 600 and 900 people coming to those concerts.
And it's typically on a Tuesday, is that right?
On a Tuesday, yes, the second Tuesday of the month, 10 times a year.
That's what when we have visitors coming in or looking at something unique that they can do, I always think, like, okay, is it a Tuesday? Because that's a unique, although it only happens once a month, it's something that they really can't experience many places. So it's something very cool.
Yes, it really is. We've had such phenomenal response to that, and then there's our Bach to School programs, where we actually go into the schools, and we do that 8 times a year, and that's a program, very interactive program, with people in schools throughout the Lehigh Valley.
Definitely.
Very diverse crowd of young children, and they just love this the kind of spark of this actual in-person interaction with artists, with classical music.
Definitely. And no, what kind of sparked my interest when you talked about just that interaction, we recently saw with Renee on your team sent out the press release about what you all are doing this December and this Christmas, and a part of it was kind of a behind the scenes rehearsal of your virtual Christmas that you'll be offering folks. So I know we talked a little bit even before pressing record about just how entities, our partners, have really pivoted and modified in order to still keep programming alive and engage with their audiences. And just seeing that you're still hosting a virtual Christmas is awesome. So can you talk a little bit about what we can expect this December?
Sure. It's been very exciting, and we just felt that, this is Bethlehem, the Christmas city, where the Bach Choir of Bethlehem. We just could not deprive people of the annual Christmas concerts of the Bach Choir that they've come to love so much. And we'd experimented already through the summer with doing a virtual version of our Bach at Noon concerts.
Mm-hmm.
But this Christmas concert, and we've had messages from all over how much people love those, and also our musical moments of comfort. But the Christmas concert is a much bigger production, and the key to it is that it's the first time since March that the actual singers of the choir have come together. And it was actually just this past weekend on Saturday, after a process in which Greg Thumpgeld rehearsed with octets outside on the porch at Heckerwelder House, which is our office headquarters in downtown Bethlehem. So since September, he's been rehearsing these octets, 8 singers at a time, social distanced. But on Saturday, we brought 65 of them together. Wow. In this beautiful rural setting at Little Pond near Nazareth. And they, in this giant circle on top of a hill surrounded by trees. Greg said it was kind of like a cathedral in the woods. And
well, not to mention this season. I mean, the fall foliage has been incredible. So I'm sure just the photo opportunity there was pretty epic.
It was. You nailed it, and we were so lucky that the weather was glorious, and we recorded just in that golden hour, before sunset.
Sure.
And it was magical. And so these 65 singers were very carefully socially distanced. It was all measured out, 10 feet between each singer, 12 feet between rows, 26 feet between the first row and the conductor. Wow. And then we had all these videographers and a wonderful audio engineer. And it was really quite a feat of organization. And it was so just beautiful and magical. I can't even tell you. It was the spirit, the sound, the spectacle, the sense of community among all these singers who hadn't been together for so long.
Well, not to mention when you're a singer or a performer of any type, I really have been empathizing with those folks extra, for the last, I would say last 6 months, because those are people who love getting in front of other people and being around other people and feeling that energy. So it's just great to hear that you're able to bring them together again and, really put them on their platform again to do what they love to do. Of course, it's not going to nearly be the same as performing in front of a large audience, but I think, we're taking baby steps to get there and get there safely. So how can folks tune in, and when is this virtual Christmas?
Okay, so the premiere watch party is on Sunday, December 13th at 4:00. And they can, if they go to the Bach Choir website, bach.org, they can register. You have to register. It's free registration, but you do have to register to watch this. We've already got registrations. We made a map of the United States, and we're getting registrations from so many states, not just locally. In fact, we have this little game. We're trying to get a registrant from every single state in the US.
That's great. Good.
Which is fun, and it's a real showcase for Bethlehem and the Lehigh Valley too. We've got things happening. We've got poetry and readings for Christmas, which
Oh.
we're videoing in all kinds of iconic spots around Bethlehem, and we've got a whole section of the concert with soloists and a few instrumentalists in Central Moravian Church. It's just going to be, I think, such an uplifting, joyful, comforting program for the ages. I mean, the good thing about film is, you lose being in person, but you make something which is going to last because
Certainly.
so much love has been put into it, and it can also be enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Agreed. I think the technology has enabled us to get in front of folks who may have never considered the Lehigh Valley, and just the fact that there's an event like this going on, we hope that it will convert them in the future to an in-person visitor to say, hey, this is a virtual experience, but hey, we hope in the future we can actually welcome you into the valley. So, and what a time to be showcasing, Christmas City, Bethlehem. This is our time to shine. And so this event certainly helps amplify that. So we appreciate all the creativity of you and your team to put this together. And we'll definitely stay on the lookout and promote that date and to get people registered, definitely, to attend. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience before we sign off for today?
Oh, I just think I'm so glad you're doing this. It's been wonderful to see some of the other programs you've done behind the scenes with different organizations, and I just want people to be aware of with what dedication and creativity the Bach Choir and others are every day looking at how we can connect with each other and with the community. I'll just mention our Bel Canto Youth Chorus, because they've been doing an amazing job. This is part of our organization in continuing their curriculum virtually with students who are really missing some of the in-person music education that they've normally had, and the arts, and so I want to give a shout out to them too. They are also part of this Christmas concert, and it's nice to see the young people involved as well.
Definitely, and just again the community coming together to support this.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Again, we will definitely tune in and look forward, to what this December has to offer, as well as we'll stay on the pulse of what 2021 looks like for you. I know you have some major marquee events, and we'll look at how those are maybe shifted or modified, and certainly look to promote all that you have going on as well. So again, Bridget, thank you so much for your time today and all of your efforts. And we look forward to talking with you soon.
Thank you, Bree, and good luck with everything with Discover Lehigh Valley.
Thanks so much.